So we're going to look at the impact of 4 forms of investment. So 4.1.1, we're going to take a good look at the impact of RSA retail savings bond or government retail bonds. Loads of positives, but just a few negatives. Look, I know it's 5.5 or 6.5, but you'll see the positives, they definitely outweigh the negatives. So we have guaranteed returns. As the interest rate is fixed for the whole investment period. You are going to get the same interest rate for the entire investment period. It's very safe. You know exactly how much money you're going to end with. The interest rates are market related and they attract more investors. And the interest, it can be received twice a year. Okay, so biannually, and interest is usually higher than on fixed deposits. So better, quote unquote, than a fixed deposit. And the retail bonds are listed on the capital bond markets on the Johannesburg Securities Exchange. It's a relatively low risk, safe investment as it is invested with the South African government, which cannot be liquidated. But there was a case a few decades back in Argentina where the Argentinian government battled to pay back their government bonds. So it is possible, but it is unlikely. I mean, it's a government, right? It's not a business. It cannot be liquidated. Okay, those are some of the positives. Really big positives. Just high interest rates. It's stable. You are working with the government as well. I know the South African government, it doesn't have the most positive connotation attached to it, but it works. Next, the negatives. The retail bonds cannot be ceded to banks as security for obtaining loans. So if you wanted to obtain a loan from a bank, you can't submit this retail bond as like a surety in the event of you failing to pay the loan. A minimum of 1,000 rands must be invested. That is a big negative. Not everyone just has 1,000 rands just lying around, and that may be difficult for some small investors to accumulate. Retail bonds are not freely transferable as well amongst investors. Now, investors, they need to have valid South African identification and they need to be 18 years old, which may discourage foreigners and young people to invest. This is a requirement though. Not sure if it's a negative, but it is in the syllabus, so please learn it as such. And the penalties are charged for early withdrawals if the savings are less than 12 months old. So the government wants this money. They will give you a decent return on investment, but in the event that you're giving them money, they can do something with this money. So if you want to withdraw before a year has elapsed, you will pay a penalty. Okay, so if it's been invested over a 1-year period, there are no penalties and you will accumulate a fair amount of interest. Okay, so only invest here if you do not need this money in the short term.